你好，新概念英语第二册 New Concept English 2。今天我学习第19课。第19课是 sold out， 就是票已售完。联想记忆法。19也称19，就是汉字儿药酒的谐音，酒已经卖完了啊。好，将19和 sold out 联系起来。课文开始提出的问题是 When will the writer see the play？ 作者什么时候看的演出？我的学习视频分为2个部分。第一个部分呢，课文内容图像化，变为一个小动画。第二个部分，我的背诵。今天是1到19课的课文内容，这次我倒着背吧。好，课文开始。这是我和一个朋友 Susan 计划看演出的一段小经历 experience。演出可能要开始了。The play may begin at any moment。这句话是我说的，使用的是 may begin。Susan 比我更悲观一些，他回答说 Susan answered。也许演出已经开始了。It may have begun already。使用的是 may have begun。好，听了这话，我也觉得有这种可能性，所以我就匆匆忙忙地赶到售票处，而 hurried to the tickets office。我就问，我可以买2张票吗？ May I have 2 tickets, please？ 对不起啊，我们的票已经售完了。I'm sorry, we've sold out, the girl said。售票的女孩子说。我又回来告诉 Susan， 她一听，就觉得咱们运气不太好。What a pity， 太可惜了。Susan exclaimed， 她大声说。故事巧不巧，正在这个时候 ，just then， 就是一个男人也是匆匆地赶往售票处。A man hurried to the tickets office。跟我刚才一样着急啊，同样都使用了 hurried to。 Can I return these 2 tickets？ 我能退掉这2张票吗？这个男人就问。原来是着急来退票的。当然了 certainly。 售票的女孩说。打瞌睡，有人送枕头。我们就在附近。我一看有票了，我又兴冲冲地回到了售票处。I went back to the tickets office at once. Could I have those 2 tickets, please？ 我就问这2张票能给我吗？我可以买它们吗？女孩子一如既往的客气。Certainly， 她说。不过这2张票是下周3演出的。But they are for next Wednesday's performance。您是否还要呢？ Do you still want them？ 我想了想，那晚看总比没得看好吧。I might as well have them。 我还是买下好了。我很沮丧地说。I said sadly。这里做个小统计。课文中首尾2句都是我说的，用的都是 I said。中间只要出现男人问话，包括我还有另外一个男子，使用的都是 asked。 剧院女孩出现3句话，每次后面都是 the girl said。 最特殊的就是 Susan， 她说了2句话。第一句是 Susan answered， 第二句是 Susan exclaimed。 女主角的待遇就是不一样。好了，上面就是课文内容的图像化，它的一个小动画。后面我进行1到19课的课文背诵。好，开始背诵第1课到19课的课文。我倒着背吧，从19课开始。Lesson 19 Sold out。 When will the writer see the play? The play may begin at any moment. I said. It may have begun already, Susan answered. I hurried to the tickets office. May I have 2 tickets, please? I asked. I'm sorry, we've sold out, the girl said. What a pity, Susan exclaimed. Just then, a man hurried to the tickets office. Can I return these 2 tickets? He asked. Certainly, the girl said. Could I went back to the tickets office. Could I have those 2 tickets, please? I asked. Certainly, the girl said, but they are for next Wednesday's performance. Do you still want them? I might as well have them, I said sadly. Lesson 18, 18课. He often does this. What had happened to the writer's bag? After I had had lunch at a village park, I looked for my bag. I had left it on a chair beside the door, and now it wasn't there. As I looking for it, the landlord came in. Did you have good meal? He asked. Yes, thank you, I answered. But I can't pay the bill. I haven't got my bag. The landlord smiled and immediately went out. In a few minutes, he returned with my bag and gave it back to me. I'm very sorry, he said. My dog had taken it into the garden. He often does this. Lesson 17, 第17课 Always young. Why doesn't Aunt Jennifer tell anyone how old she is? My Aunt Jennifer is an actress. She must be at least 35 years old. In spite of this, she often appears on the stage as a young girl. Jennifer will have to take part in a new play soon. This time, she will be a girl of 17 in the play. She must appear in bright red dress and long black stockings. Last year in another play, she had to wear short socks and bright orange-colored dress. If anyone ever asks her how old she is, she always answers, "Darling, it must be terrible to be grown up." Lesson 16, 16课 Applied request. What was applied request? If you park your car in the wrong place, a traffic policeman will soon find it. You will be very lucky if he lets you go without ticket. However, it doesn't always happen. Traffic police are sometimes very polite. During our holiday in Sweden, I found this note on my car. Sir, we welcome you to our city. This is no parking area. You will enjoy your stay here if you pay attention to our street signs. This note is only a reminder. If you receive a request like this, you cannot fail to obey it. Lesson 15, 15课 The good news. What was the good news? The secretary told me that Mr. Hamsworth would see me. I felt very nervous when I went into his office. He did not look up from his desk when I entered. After I had sat down, he said that business was very bad. He told me that the firm could not afford to pay such large salaries. 20 people had already left. I knew that my turn had come. Mr. Hamsworth, I said in a weak voice. Don't interrupt, he said. Then he smiled and told me I would receive an extra £1,000 a year. Lesson 14, 第14课. Do you speak English? Did the young man speak English? I had an amusing experience last year. After I had left a small village in the south of France, I drove on to the next town. On the way, a young man waved to me. I stopped and he asked me for a lift. As soon as he had come into the car, I said good morning to him in French, and he replied in the same language. Apart from a few words, I do not know any French at all. Neither of us spoke during the journey. I had nearly reached the town when the young man suddenly said very slowly, Do you speak English? As I soon learned, he was English himself. Lesson 13, The Greenwood Boys. Why will the police have a difficult time? The Greenwood Boys are a group of pop singers, and present they are visiting all parts of the country. They will be arriving here tomorrow. They will be coming by train, and most of the young people in the town will be meeting them at the station. Tomorrow evening, they will be singing at the Workers' Club. The Greenwood Boys will be staying for 5 days. During this time, they will give 5 performances. As usual, the police will have difficult time. They will be trying to keep order. It is always the same on these occasions. Lesson 12, 12课. Goodbye and goodbye and good luck. Where is Captain Ellison going and how? Our neighbor, Captain Charles Ellison, will sail from Portsmouth tomorrow. We will meet him at the harbor early in the morning. He will be in his small boat, Topsail. Topsail is a famous little boat. It has sailed across the Atlantic many times. Captain Ellison will set out at 8 o'clock, so we will have plenty of time. We will see his boat, and then we will say goodbye to him. He will be away for 2 months. We are very proud of him. He will take part in an important race across the Atlantic. Lesson 11, 第11课. One good turn deserves another. Who paid for Tony's dinner? I was having dinner at the restaurant when Tony still came in. Tony worked in a lawyer's office years ago, but he is now working at a bank. He gets good salary, but he always borrows money from his friends and never pays it back. Tony saw me and came and sat at the same table. He has never borrowed money from me. While he was eating, I asked him to lend me £20. To my surprise, he gave me the money immediately. I have never borrowed any money from you, Tony said, so now you can pay for my dinner. Lesson 10, Not for Jazz. 第10课. What happened to the clavichord? We have an old musical instrument. It is called clavichord. It was made in Germany in 1681. Our clavichord is kept in the living room. It has belonged to our family for a long time. The instrument was bought by my grandfather many years ago. Recently, it was damaged by a visitor. She tries to play jazz on it. She struck the keys too hard and two of strings were broken. My father was shocked. Now we are not allowed to touch it. It is being repaired by a friend of my father. Lesson 9, 第9课 A cold workout. What does cold workout refer to? On Wednesday evening, we went to the town hall. It was last day of the year, and a large crowd of people had gathered under the town hall clock. It would strike 12 in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes time. 15 minutes passed. 20 minutes time. 15 minutes passed, and then at 5 to 12, the clock stopped. The big minute hand did not move. We waited and waited, but nothing happened. Suddenly, someone shouted, "It is 2 minutes past 12. The clock has stopped." I looked at my watch. It was true. The big clock refused to welcome the new year. At that moment, everybody began to laugh and sing. Lesson 8, 第8课 The best and the worst. Why is Joel's garden the most beautiful one in the town? John Sanders has the most beautiful garden in our town. Nearly everybody enters for the nicest garden competition each year, but Joel wins every time. Bill's friend's garden is larger than Joel's. Bill works harder than Joel and grows more flowers and vegetables, but Joel's garden is more interesting. He has made neat paths and has built a wooden bridge in the pool over a pool. I like gardens too, but I do not like hard work. Every year I enter for the garden competitions too, and I always win a little prize for the worst garden in the town. Lesson 7, Too late. 第7课 Did the detective save the damage? The plane was late and detectives were waiting at the airport all morning. They were expecting a valuable parcel of diamonds from South Africa. A few hours earlier, someone had told the police that thieves would try to steal the diamonds. When the plane arrived, some of the detectives were waiting inside the main building while others were waiting on the airfield. 2 men took the parcel off the plane and carried it into the customer's house, while 2 detectives were keeping guard at the door. 2 others opened the parcel. To their surprise, the precious parcel was full of stones and sand. Lesson 6, 第6课 Pressing buttons. Who is pressing buttons? I've just moved to a house in Bridge Street. Yesterday, a banker knocked at my door. He asked me for a meal and a glass of beer. In return for this, the banker stoned his head and sang songs. I gave him a meal. He ate the food and drank beer. Then he put a piece of cheese in his pocket and went away. Later, a neighbor told me about it. Everybody knows him. His name is Pressing Buttons. He calls at every house in the street once a month and always asks for a meal and a glass of beer. Lesson 5. No wrong numbers. What does no wrong numbers mean? Mr. Jim Scott has a garage in Silbury, and now he has just bought another garage in Pinehurst. Pinehurst is only 5 miles from Silbury, but Mr. Scott cannot get a telephone for his new garage. So he has just bought 12 pigeons. Yesterday, a pigeon carried the first message from Pinehurst to Silbury. The bird covered the distance in 3 minutes. Up to now, Mr. Scott has sent a great many requests for spare parts and other urgent messages from one garage to the other. In this way, he has begun his own private telephone service. 好 ，Lesson 4第4课 ，an exciting trip. Why is Tim finding this trip exciting? I've just received a letter from my brother Tim. He's in Australia. He is in Australia. Has been there for 6 months. Tim is an engineer. He's working for a big firm and he has already visited a great number of different places in Australia. He has just bought an Australian car and has gone to Alice Springs, a small town in the center of Australia. He will soon visit Darwin. From there, he will fly to Perth. My brother has never been abroad before, so he's finding this trip very exciting. 好，第3课 Lesson 3. Please send me a card. How many cards did the writer send? Postcards always spoil my holidays. Last summer, I went to Italy. I visited museums and sat in public gardens. A friendly vendor taught me a few words of Italian. Then he lent me a book. I read a few lines, but I did not understand a word. Every day I thought about postcards. My holidays passed quickly, but I did not send cards to my friends. On the last day, I made a big decision. I got up early and bought 37 cards. I spent the whole day in my room, but I did not write a single card. 好 ，Lesson 2第2课 Breakfast or lunch? Why was the writer's aunt surprised? It was Sunday. I never get up early on Sundays. I sometimes stay in bed until lunchtime. Last Sunday, I got up very late. I looked out of the window. It was dark outside. What a day, I thought. It's raining again. Just then, the telephone rang. It was my Aunt Lucy. I've just arrived by train, she said. I'm coming to see you. But I'm still having breakfast. I said, What are you doing? She asked. I'm having breakfast, I repeated. Dear me, she said. Do you always get up so late? It's 1 o'clock. Oh, Lesson 1, a private conversation. Why did the writer complain to the people behind him? Last week I went to the theater. I had a very good seat. The play was very interesting. I did not enjoy it. A young man and a young woman were sitting behind me. They were talking loudly. I got very angry. I could not hear the actors. I turned around and looked at the man and the woman angrily. They did not pay any attention. In the end, I could not bear it. I turned around again. I can't hear a word, I said angrily. It's none of your business, the young man said rudely. This is a private conversation. 好，19课到第1课课文背诵，就到这里。好，我们下次见，拜拜。